Hi everyone, hope you're doing absolutely awesome. So today we're going to discuss the topic of how short can you safely cut your steer tube. Now, tubes become weaker towards their ends, and especially carbon fiber tubes are prone to damage from clamping forces when you clamp them near the end. So as a minimum, I would suggest leaving 5 millimeters of the steer tube above the top of your stem. So I have the steer tube extending about 5 millimeters above the top of the stem. 5 millimeters is about the thickness of 3.5 pennies. So this Ritchie stem has a height of about 42 millimeters. Unfortunately, the specialized expander plug has a depth of only about 44 millimeters. So if you add the 42 plus the 5, you get 47. So the specialized expander plug is not long enough to provide full coverage of the clamping of the stem. It would be good if this was at least about 5 millimeters longer. So what height of spacer is required on top for this 5 millimeter of head tube extending above the steerer? Well, it definitely has to be more than 5 millimeters because you need to leave a gap to effect the preload. So if you use a 5 millimeter spacer, that won't do because then the top of the head tube will be flush with the top of the spacer and you cannot effect any preload. Also note that there is a flange on this type of expander plug, so you need to add additional clearance for the height of that flange. So in this case, assuming that I'm using a top cap with a flat bottom that does not descend downwards into the tube, I probably require a spacer of at least 8 millimeters in height. Here I have a 10 millimeter spacer, and you can see there's plenty of clearance there for bearing preload, assuming that the top cap bottom is flat. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you could subscribe, like, and share, I'd really appreciate it. I'd like to thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye now.